Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here, with a decision that Wargaming made today that is, well, one that I know a number of you feared was coming, but it was made a little bit sooner than I think most of us thought. I even talked about it a bit in the hybrid problem video earlier this week. But if you want to know where this information is coming from, it's coming from the dev blog, which you can check out on the link down below. I'll read from it real quick, very short one. So, yeah, but if you want to check it out for yourself, you can check out the link down below. So they state, Clan Battle Salamander Season, changes to ship restrictions. See what changes we're applying to the ship restrictions in the ongoing 20th Clan Battle Season. Based on analysis of battles as well as player feedback from the current clan battle season, we decide to make some changes to the ship limitations in place. The following changes will take effect on the 31st of March, today, same day that this dev blog went out. Remove the ban on going into battle with Louisiana. Louisiana is, of course, the newly released Tier 10 American hybrid battleship, the ship you see in the background right now. Now, why is this a big deal for those of you that may not play clan battles or don't know? So, CVs have been removed from clan battles since what? I think Season 9 was the last CVs season, or did they allow them in the Tier 6 season? I know it's been a hot minute since they've been allowed, and I think they did allow them in the Tier 6 season, because I remember Ark Royal being there, and that was ugh. So CVs provide a number of resources to the team. One of the biggest ones is, of course, spotting. In clan battles, which is the most competitive in-game mode, so like it's the most competitive mode that you can actually play in-game. I know COTS is a thing and other tournaments are a thing, but those aren't modes. Clan battles is a mode that's, baked into the game. That's what I mean by that. In those competitive modes, like ranked and clan battles, information is everything. And getting to know where the enemy team is at 2 minutes into the match in CBs is a huge thing. I know that's going to get brought up. Well, you have to wait 2 minutes before the planes become available on Louisiana. Yeah, but I mean, like 2 minutes in this game is what? You get out of spawn and like you're halfway to where you're going. That's about where 2 minutes is at. So in those 2 minutes, the planes are going to be ready, obviously. And by the time both teams are getting to where they need to be on the map, you're going to have planes up in the air. And you can have instant spotting on anything and everything on the map. See exactly where the enemy team's at. You can know where to counter them. And of course, they can see you too if they have a Louisiana. That's another thing. You may not run into another team that has a Louisiana because it just got released, this patch. Now, granted, of course, all the more dedicated clan battles players and the more veteran side of things, they probably all already have it, true. But, like, the guys that are just getting into it probably don't have the resources to just have a Louisiana already. Unless, of course, they've dedicated to grinding it out. And that's just at spotting. Spotting is, again, key in clan battles or anything competitive. It also is very good at doing damage. I don't know if you guys have noticed this. The reticle in the Louisiana is kind of cracked, and the footage you're watching right now, it's a replay, and the replay is still kind of bugged with the CV reticles. They don't always get as small as they do when you're playing the ship. So if you don't know, the Louisiana reticle, when you get it all the way lined up, charged up, whatever you want to call it, it can fit in the deck space of just about every Tier 10 ship that isn't a DD or a light cruiser. So this is a ship that can guarantee every single bomb from its planes hits the enemy ship, or hits the target ship, which normally does anywhere from 9 to 15,000 damage, depending upon what ship it is. Not to mention, they are very good at setting fires. When I've played the Louisiana, it's not exactly a pyromaniac in some cases, but I don't really have problems setting fires with this thing. And that's me playing it with still a primarily battleship tank build on the thing. I don't even build into the planes. And this thing does fantastically well from my experiences, at least. And that's not even mentioning that it's still a battleship. On top of the planes that can do an easy 15k every 2 minutes, it still has battleship guns. It still has the American 16-inch guns. Now, it only has 10 of them, which, sure, 10 16-inch guns at tier 10 aren't exactly amazing. But in conjunction with the planes, it's a lot of damage output potential on this ship. And not to mention, too, of course, Seabees are great for going and running down that DD, that cruiser that might have got away by the skin of his teeth. You send the planes after him and just nuke him off the map. And from having played through the last tier 10 season of Seabees that included carriers, it was a painful season. I don't think very many enjoyed it. Everyone that we played with, they were done by the end. Nerves were frayed. It was a frustrating situation to be in. It wasn't fun. Now, I know it's clan battles, it's super competitive. It's not really meant to be, fun, but it's still, for the most part, enjoyable. There's fun to be had in Seabees. But when you throw Seabees into the mix, you can't mess up at all. At all. It's so much more punishing and so much more frustrating to play. Now, there are, of course, some counter-arguments to this, and I will present them here in the spirit of fairness. So, first off, it is a ship in the game. It's a tech line ship. People are going to grind up to it, and there are people that enjoy the thing. I see it in my comment sections. I see it elsewhere in the community. People do enjoy the ship. And why can't they play their favorite ship in clan battles if that's what they want to do? They grinded it. They spent the time researching the ship, playing through the line. They should be able to play it in Seabees. In my opinion, it's a strong argument, but and at the same time too, it's not a full-on CV. It is just one set of planes every 2 minutes. And given that tier 10 is tier 10, there are a couple of pretty good ships you could take to counter the Louisiana's planes. I mean, they don't get a heal. They're not overtly tanky from what I've seen. Now, they are literally unlimited. You get them every 2 minutes. You get the full squadron back every 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if no planes get shot down. Doesn't matter if every single plane gets shot down. They're back in 2 minutes. That's the limitation on them. So, there's that. But I don't want to, just rag on the people that like the ship or anything like that, because it's not their fault that the ship is in game. They didn't design the ship. They didn't put it in the game. Wargaming did. Now, if Wargaming was to put this thing into clan battles, which obviously they do and they are, well, what's next? My concern isn't so much with Louisiana. It's going to make clan battles more frustrating. It's going to make it's definitely going to shake things up, but I'm not sure about the merits of introducing such a big radical change with, 3 weeks left in this season? And 2, it's very weird for a new ship to get released and just go straight into clan battles. Most of the time, they either don't allow them in, from what I remember, or they wait a while until the data comes back, because, or at least until the next season, because Wargaming likes to wait about 3 or 4 months, it seems, with most of these new techline ships, and then they'll go back, look at the stats and stuff, see how it's doing. Then they'll make adjustments from there. And I do believe the Louisiana will probably get nerfed in the future. That reticle is just too good. The ability to ensure that you get all of your bombs on target just about every single time is a little much, in my opinion. So I do believe that's probably going to get nerfed, which would probably happen after that time period of it being out in full release for 3 or 4 months, like it appears to happen with most other ships, at least. But they're just going full bore and emptying it into clan battles tomorrow. Actually, today, the day that you're watching this, which I think is a mistake. Clan battles, I mean, at least this season, it's and other seasons too, it's noticeable that there's not really that many clans playing, it seems. At least when we're playing, I've ran into, and just shoot, we've ran into multiple of the same clans in one night. It's not rare for that to happen. Now, before, didn't really happen. I mean, granted, before, when I was really getting clan battles, was in the middle of COVID, so there's a lot of players on. But even after that, too, when things were getting relaxed in terms of COVID restrictions, it still didn't happen that much. But now, it seems to be happening quite a bit. So, why would you want to risk alienating, you know, what is your most dedicated player base? The guys that play clan battles tend to be, at least, most of the more dedicated players in the game, and clan battles is kind of an escape from things like CVs and submarines that seem to be, well, with Louisiana here, starting to creep their way back into them. Now, CVs have been removed because they, well, just kind of don't work in clan battles. Wargaming said they're a class of 1 in a game of 12. So, yeah, they obviously didn't work that well. It was horrendously unbalanced, in my opinion, and, well, we'll see what happens here. But in my opinion, this is a mistake. At least wait until the ship's been out for some time. There's some data on its performance, and adjustments can be made to the Louisiana. But I guess we'll see how it goes, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Share your 2 cents down below. And your clan battles experience thus far. Have you been enjoying this season? Has it been a pain for you? Let me know down below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a wonderful Saturday. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend and rest of your week if you don't hear from me after. If you did enjoy, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. One way to 50,000 subs, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. Again, hope you guys have a wonderful week, wonderful weekend. I hope to catch you guys in the next one.